Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah rabbil alamin, wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. We continue with our program on being achievers in life, and basically I have given you the framework for our post-Islamic psychology on being achievers in life. We start with the 6P of purpose, presence, positive side Islamic psychology, physical, energy, and well-being, and we're talking about productivity, the 5th P, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we have spoken about the need for us to move to become a productive ummah, a strong ummah, and how we then going to develop the personal of persuasion skills in terms of living, and then later on we'll discuss about giving back to ourselves, family and society, and how we can generate the love of Allah, the love of our friends and family, the love of all humanity, so that we become the holistic achievers in this world and the hereafter. So I have discussed in quite some elaborate of my experience while in Japan, where I learned about Kaizen, Gemba Kaizen, and Toyota production method, TPM, total productive maintenance, quality, and so on. So I became an expert in productivity. So inshallah, I can give you many tips on productivity. But let us start with understanding that we want to develop a productive ummah. We want to develop the younger generation that is transformative, that will be having the idea that they can change and become an ummah of strength. So we have to understand, first and foremost, that we have to embrace this idea of continuous improvement. That's why Kai, Zen means change, that is good. Kai, change, good. So good change continuously using all the capacity in terms of our mindset. This is where it differentiated the Japanese people versus, say for example, the Muslims of the 21st century. I mean, we have to really muhasabah and find out why. Okay, because when we understand that, then we know why they can use all the tools of science, of technology, of knowledge, but it starts with the mindset. So what are the mindset we are going to talk about so that they can implement this thing? We have to be a productive ummah by inculcating growth mindset. What do you mean by growth mindset? I give you the example of how the thinking of the Japanese people versus the thinking of the Muslims today. And this is, as I say, we have to do the muhasabah. For example, I explain to you in terms of how they always, everything is Kaizen, Kaizen, Kaizen. What is Kaizen? Continuously changing and improving, continuously changing and improving. So their mindset is always changing. They are innovative, creative, and always questioning why, how, and what to do, and so on. So that I'll explain to you how the Socratic method of questioning is being used by the Japanese people, even on simple management tools like 5W, 2H. 5W and 2H means when, why, how, and so, and how much, and so on. So I'll explain that also in another video of how using these very basic tools that can be transformative, and it is not rocket science. It's something that is very simple. So this Kaizen mindset is what differentiates the Japanese people, say vis-a-vis our ummah today. What is our station of the ummah today? The station of our ummah today is very lowly. Why? We don't need to change. So our idea is there's no need to change. So we have a lot of, unfortunately, very weak religious, inverted commas, scholars that is propagating this idea, oh, there's no need to change, just be as it is. So you try to implement the Islam of the past. Whereas time and space change, culture change, situation change. So we Muslims must be able to have an active, proactive mindset so that we need change. Not in the sense of the basic of the rules of Islam, but the substance and the depth of Islam must be manifested by the younger generation so that we can be a stronger ummah, not a weaker ummah by change. So we have to remove this idea, oh, we don't need to change, you know, or whatever is the situation, leave it to Allah, we tawakkal on Allah. That is the mindset of those who are geared to fail in this world and maybe fail in the hereafter. So we have this idea that this religious scholar have a lot of followers and then teach their followers to be passive, to be negative, to be self-righteous, condemning others, to become kafir and so on. And that result in a weak ummah that we have today. So first, always have this growth mindset of wanting to change and remove this fixed mindset. Number two, we need new challenge. For growth mindset, always we will be facing with new challenge. For example, today the world is facing with the challenge of, say, ecological disaster, of the climate change. We're more than 2 degrees. Now we're having fires, wildfires all over the world. All right, during summer it's extremely hot. During rainy season it's extremely rainy. So it's a short spurs and extracting a heavy toll on common people. So now millions and millions of people are having flood, famine, dry weather, fire. Why? Because we do not take care of the environment. We live in a society based on greed. So we have to change that. So we need new challenge for the Ummah in the sense that how we can lead the world to become a holistic community that is balanced, that we lead and we ask for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as our daily prayer, Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah wa fil akhirati hasanah wa qina azabannar. That is our request. A good balanced life in this world and a good balanced life in the hereafter. So we have to change of the need by a lot of our people that we need to constantly praise them. That praise is a way up. No. Praising somebody will lead them to become passive. Just because they have achieved a small achievement, you praise them, then they will not go for the higher achievement. Because this whole idea of praise, in the long term, is not positive. We can praise to a certain extent, but we must balance that praise with responsibility. And this is very important in positive Islamic psychology. We normally train our children to be self-actualized. And then we balance the praise with hard work. Always you must do that so that they know that they will have to face the world as it is with all the challenges in the world so that they can rise above the others and become the transforming generation that we are trying to bring about to happen, inshallah, in the 21st century. So what we need to do is, the growth mindset, we become self-actualized. Every one of our young people strive to do better and better and better, and they become self-actualized in whatever field, whatever area of expertise that they want to do. They can be the best, say for example, farmer, using all the technology of farming, even on a small plot, doing good to themselves, to their family and the environment, and becoming exemplary farmers. They can be a scientist, they can be scholars, they can be anything that they wish to be, provided they become people who have this mindset of self-actualization. Okay, because according to Maslow hierarchy of need, that is the highest level, whereas in Islamic hierarchy of need, we have a higher level, that is our spiritual fulfillment in this world and the hereafter. Alright? So we must remove this passive mindset that is killing the Ummah right now. It's sad to say, this is the majority of the Ummah now. Very passive, very reactive. Every time there is a situation, we become reactive. Or somebody do a cartoon on the Holy Prophet Muhammad SAW, we all start doing all kind of things. Reactive, passive. We react only to situation and we become easily angered, easily controlled, like sheep. Alright? So this is where I think we have to remove this idea. Because my experience is basically, especially in Japan, we can see that they have this, even though they are very subservient in a way, but they are always thinking of how to self-actualize at their level. That means at the worker level, at the manager level, at the corporate level, at the societal level. So we have to remove this positive mindset within the Ummah in the 21st century. And what is good about the Japanese people is they try until they get success. All the time, Kaizen, Kaizen, Kaizen. They do and do and do and do and do, and every time this spirit of trying until succeed never die. The flame of trying to succeed never die in the spirit of the Japanese people. So we Muslims must have exactly the same idea. Why I'm giving this comparison? Because this is a contemporary situation. I'm not talking about the story of the past, the glory of the great scholars of Islam and so on, but we're talking about this 21st century. As we face this 21st century, as we face the challenges of science and technology, of automation, of robotics, of artificial intelligence, of self-driving cars, of so many things. How are we going to be a strong ummah so that we can rise above the rest and become successful by trying and trying and trying? So don't give up easily. And for the transforming generation, we try and try and try, and we succeed. And inshallah, when we inculcate this growth mindset, we can be a productive ummah that can be the best of ummah in this world, and hereafter the best of ummah in the 21st century, which will strive and try and try and try until we succeed with the grace and the mercy of Allah. Remember, our role, always fix it up on our role to become the true and sincere servant of Allah as His Khalifa of Allah on this earth. Always striving to make ourselves good, to help others to be good, and make this world good and pleasing unto Allah and all the goodly creatures.